The role of self-awareness in developing healthy relationships. Understanding oneself is essential to maintaining successful relationships with others. If you are not aware of your capabilities, it will be difficult for you to share these aspects of yourself with another person. If you are not aware of your limitations, it will be difficult for you. Self-awareness can have a significant positive impact on our mental health as well as our overall well-being, but it requires time and effort to develop the habit of regularly reflecting on and assessing one's experiences. Building relationships that are both healthy and enjoyable requires the development of fundamental qualities such as self-awareness and openness. They assist you in better understanding yourself as well as others, in communicating more effectively, and in avoiding conflicts that are not essential. You're going to get some useful advice in this post on how to become more self-aware and open to others in your personal and professional interactions. People who have self-awareness can, for the most part, perceive themselves in a transparent and dispassionate light. They can do this through a process known as introspection, which means looking at oneself, and they can see their strengths, weaknesses, and unique personality traits. Nobody has perfect self-awareness. When it comes to ourselves, we will always have blind spots, but having a high level of self-awareness can be good for your mental health, as well as the quality of your relationships with other people. Theory of one's own self-awareness. The subfield of psychology that examines issues about one's self-awareness is referred to as self-awareness theory. It is predicated on the notion that you are not your ideas, but rather a distinct entity that is witnessing your thoughts from an outside perspective. Because Gestalt psychotherapy fosters inquisitive questioning, which can help you become aware of how you give things meaning and how you view yourself in the world and your relationships, this idea fits in well with Gestalt psychotherapy, which is an approach to mental health treatment. Focusing on the inner self, or thinking about our thoughts and feelings rather than simply experiencing them, is what Duval and Wicklund meant when they coined the phrase self-evaluation in 1972. They used it to refer to the practice of focusing on the inner self. The process of evaluating oneself involves comparing one's thoughts, feelings, and actions to one's overall set of values or to a benchmark of behavior that one considers to be desirable. We evaluate the appropriateness of our actions to these criteria so that we can improve our capacity for self-control. In actual reality, this means acknowledging that the comment you just made to your buddy concerning their weight increase does not live up to your expectations of what a kind and caring friend ought to be like. When we become conscious of the fact that we have fallen short of meeting our standards, we are more likely to make an effort to rectify the situation. The value of being aware of oneself. Self-awareness may be very helpful, leading not just to deeper interpersonal relationships, but also to a better relationship with oneself. This is because it improves communication and understanding of one's own needs and desires. Self-awareness training inspires us to take greater initiative in improving ourselves so that we can become our most ideal selves. It improves our ability to make decisions, our communication skills, and our confidence in ourselves. Compassion grows along with self-awareness, which enables us to see things more clearly from the point of view of other people and helps us feel more empathy toward them. Why is it important to have self-awareness in a relationship? Increasing one's level of self-awareness is one of the most critical steps in the process of developing stronger relationships. People who have a great sense of self-awareness tend to have relationships that are both happier and last longer than others. Self-awareness improves your satisfaction with yourself, which is the first and most critical step toward building a successful relationship with another person. You will experience more personal progress and will be able to feel more accountable for your welfare if you center your attention on your ideas and actions rather than those of your spouse. Second, knowing yourself enables you to recognize recurring trends and loops. There are a lot of people who will keep on making the same errors in their romantic relationships, and they will never realize that their negative behavior is making the situation worse. Having a healthy sense of self-awareness enables a person to examine their behavior, consider alternative ways to deal with challenging circumstances, and ultimately improve the quality of their lives. And third, when you are more self-aware, not only are you more aware of your thoughts and feelings, but you are also more conscious of the thoughts and feelings of others, as well as the impact that your actions may have on these. You are now able to communicate more clearly with your partner, set clearer boundaries, and be more open and loving as a result of your increased degree of compassion. How to improve your relationships by being more self-aware. Try out these suggestions for becoming more self-aware if you want to develop your self-awareness and take advantage of the benefits that doing so may have for your relationships. Don't put too much stock on your abilities. When it comes to our lack of self-awareness, we are often quick to criticize others, but slow to acknowledge our shortcomings in this area. You can have a greater awareness of how you have contributed to an event or issue by reflecting on the sentiments and responses you have had in a variety of different settings. Make a concerted effort to evaluate your levels of self-awareness. It's possible that they're not as high as you believe they are. Encourage people to talk to one another. Nobody enjoys having their partner criticize them. but it's essential that they feel safe approaching you about how your actions are affecting them if they want to maintain a healthy relationship. Communication that is not only open and honest, but also courteous and caring should be encouraged. Participate in counseling. Working with an expert psychotherapist can be helpful if you have a hard time taking responsibility for your actions and find it easier to place blame on others. The cultivation of self-awareness and the ability to incorporate reflection into one's day-to-day life and relationships can be accomplished by investigating one's past experiences, thoughts, and feelings. Talk about being conscious of oneself. Discussing the aspects of your life that you would like to change might be an effective step in making those changes a reality. Discuss this with your significant other and let them know that you want to make an effort to become more self-aware, as well as that you want their support and comments on this endeavor. What to do if your partner does not have a healthy sense of self-awareness. Being in a relationship with someone who's not a self-aware person can be tough, especially if that person is your spouse. A person who is lacking in self-awareness may have difficulty seeing how the words they spoke or the way they responded may have contributed to the feelings you have or the path that a situation takes. They may have a more difficult time empathizing with your ideas and feelings, and they frequently have a more difficult time being able to openly express their feelings. On the other hand, you may help your partner become more self-aware by providing support and encouragement. To induce an internal appraisal of oneself, it can be helpful to ask penetrating questions such as, "What was happening for you that you responded in that way?" Instead, "What do you know about your thoughts on this issue?" Your partner will be able to start reflecting and growing in self-awareness if you ask questions of them with interest rather than judgment in mind. It is important to always have these types of chats after the occurrence, and when both of you are calm enough and available for this to happen, since we are not always able to do this because we can have strong emotional responses. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.